Hello and welcome back to the Car Throttle podcast, where Ethan, Jack, Gareth and I read out your emails, act as your automotive agony uncles, and discuss unpopular opinions. Yes.
That's the most you've ever given it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I stood up in one of them, but I didn't. Anyway, this episode is sponsored by our friends at Buyacar, where within a few clicks, you can order a new car at the best prices or affordable finance deals. Hit the link in the description below to find your perfect car from the comfort of your home. Speaking of home, Ethan.
We're in our new home. It's so good.
It is.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Shoes off.
Oh, I thought you
No.
moved into a new home. Right, okay, I get it.
Oh,
Gareth's
I'm
still-
really
he lives
slow
here
on the
now.
uptake.
Gareth's still got his shoes on. That's very impolite.
Have you?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Take them off, you
Take your
animal.
You're inside.
Oh my
Bloody
God.
hell. Monty,
Seriously?
we're sorry. We're very sorry.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, Monty lives on a
Coming off.
farm, and he said, would you like to use this outbuilding? And we said
that
yes.
right?
So we're in the outbuilding. So Monty, Farmer Monty, arable farmer as well. Thank you very much indeed. The van, which is currently outside Mike's unit, will be parked on Monty's farm at some point. But I just still can't get it started. But it will be down here soon. Okay.
A bit of useful deterrent for them here at the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Scare a lot of people away.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Anyway, now that we're all up to speed, what have we been up to recently? I'm going to go from left to right. Jack, what have you been up to?
I got my Turbo MX-5 running.
Shut
No
I
way.
did, I know.
Like
What a-
no oil starvation problems.
I
just
was-
run
Gareth
sweet.
sold his M4, yeah.
I'm as shocked as you guys are. No, surprisingly, no issues, which is it's troubling.
Just
I'm
wait
waiting
for them.
I'm waiting for something. Yeah.
Did you uprate the oil pump?
No, I didn't. No.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Everywhere I read,
You
it says don't have to
idiot.
do that. You're the only person that I've heard of.
Well,
having an
no,
oil pump
we
issue.
didn't upgrade it, and then it died, and then the engine ran out of oil to itself, and then it just proceeded to shit itself.
Okay.
And then we spoke to the Scuzzle Motorsport type
Yeah.
guys, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you should have upgraded that."
Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, you've done all this work. Just leave the old oil pump there. Like, who cares?
I mean,
Who
it's
cares?
a risk. It's in the red. It's your choice whether
It'll
you do
be
it or not.
fine. That's what I'm choosing
There
to
you
believe.
go. That's what I
Yeah.
thought as well.
But it was good. Yeah. So started up, no issues. I'm a bit too well. I'm waiting for something to go wrong. Not the oil pump though. That'll be fine. But I had a couple of issues with it, and I actually ended up speaking to Motorsport Electronics,
Yeah.
who you've done videos with in the past.
Yeah.
And they're just a great bunch of guys, really helpful. Their customer support was like excellent. I was probably ringing them up a bit too much, but yeah, asking questions.
Were you like, hi, yeah, it's Jack here from Car Throttle. Yeah, I need someone high up.
Demanding.
Yeah.
That they
I
come
will
down
be
now.
discussing this in the Car Throttle podcast. Get someone to be stat.
I'll make or break you.
That's the spirit. Speaking of motorsport electronics, I've still got my ME442 ECU that's in my shed. I have
Oh,
no
yeah.
use for it. If anyone wants to buy,
I don't reckon you're gonna find that in that shed.
no, I did find it the other
Holy
day.
God, really?
Yeah.
But there's like 2 tons of shit in
I'm
there.
doing a pitch here.
Okay,
Does
right,
anyone
go on.
want to buy my ME442?
Or a giveaway.
No,
Oh, it's
for cheap because they're like,
expensive.
they are expensive. But I'll do you a good deal. So if you need an ME442 ECU, then get in touch with me at AutoAlex in the DMs because I literally have this thing that I have no use for. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
So you got choo-choo noises.
I got choo-choo
Oh.
noises, yeah. I blanked off the blow-off valve. I don't know what you guys think of that. Yeah, Car Throttle have actually made videos where it says it's not detrimental to your
What
turbine,
do you
but
mean?
I've done it, so...
Yeah, I mean,
Blanked off.
Ethan,
It's personal preference, really.
what's the difference in your eyes?
What was it again? I genuinely what?
It's an MX-5.
Does it not dump
No.
it straight into the downpipe?
No, not normally.
Yeah, it sends it back through the turbine,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that's
It
not
chews
that's
it up.
not good apparently.
Yeah, but is it?
I mean, it depends how hard you drive it, right?
Yeah, well... It's
You-
like
you
it for
know-
now. It's like it for now because I just want the noise, so maybe I'll
Yeah,
change
there
it
you
later.
Well, if you're not going to drive it as well, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. Just take a leaf out of Gareth's book.
Yeah.
Have a car, don't drive it.
Or like Z3.
Yeah.
Or filth.
All right.
We're all guilty of this.
Yeah, we're all guilty. Yeah. Anyway, Gareth, what about you?
More bathroom stuff. So
Bloody hell.
I spent a long time just carving up bits of wood and then calculating the fall on the drain so that when I have a shower, it doesn't back up the shower and I'm just
Bring it back to cars.
bring it back to
Did you have to go
this
anywhere?
This is not car. Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I took the I-Pace
Yeah.
to B&Q, loaded it up with plasterboard,
Phew. Okay.
plaster, bits of wood.
Excellent.
And then I just looked down on people driving diesels and petrols, and I was just like, I thought I could spit on them all. You know,
How very
Wow.
humble of you.
disgusting.
Yeah. That's a
Disgusting.
bit of a
I-
humble brag there.
Yeah. Polluting my air. I felt so strongly opposed to these people.
You've won over everyone that listens to the podcast for
Yeah.
that one statement. They all love you now.
No, I don't care. I drive an M4. It's fine. No, I don't drive an
No, you
M4.
don't.
I
You're trying
look
to
at
sell
it.
an M4.
When I walk outside, it's still there glistening in the
How
sun.
is the sale of your M4 going?
It's going really badly. I don't want to talk about it.
No, please.
Please move on.
Please continue.
It's a
I'm
good
done.
price, so we're surprised it hasn't gone.
Don't you chip into this?
It's a good price for
Ethan.
Gareth. It's not a good price for anyone else. Or the market. Or the market.
The market agrees with it. Anything cheaper is a convertible. No one wants a convertible.
Well, all summer,
That
yeah.
is
Why? I
not
mean,
the-
why would you want to take the roof off in summer?
What? Well, they're
Convertibles
just
are really
cheaper.
good.
They're
Okay.
just cheaper.
I would.
Because they're less desirable. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just go with it.
Right. Okay. I'd probably just think about reducing the price a bit.
No.
Make him an offer.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit
Send
me
them
in
a
the
DM.
hit me in the dumbs.
Hit them with the dumbs.
He was saying it'd take 20k earlier.
Shut up, Doug. You almost made me choke on my apple juice.
20k at a Mars bar, wasn't it?
How about
God, I hate that.
how about you give me 25k and that shitty MX-5 and you can have it.
I would rather the shitty MX-5.
Yeah, fair. I mean, that actually moves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fewer problems.
Exactly.
I had no. Actually, the M. Actually,
You've
no,
had no
I'm
problems
talking
'cause you
crap
don't
because I don't
drive
drive it.
Ethan, what about you? What have you been up to?
It's a big week for the Jazz.
Go on.
Crack.
He's passed his test.
But did it pass?
He passed, yeah.
But did it pass?
It's passed his MOT, yeah.
Didn't you say it failed first?
Who did you phone?
I'm sure you said it failed first.
Its
You
most recent test, it passed. What more do you want to know?
Yeah, but it first failed before it passed.
But what did it fail on, Ethan?
Structural rust.
it doesn't
driver.
matter. Doesn't matter what it failed on.
No,
No,
it
it always does.
Airbags have gone off.
Yeah. All the
I mean,
brakes are shot.
If your kid comes in with like a failed exam, you don't like concentrate on the stuff they passed on.
Oh, you
You'll be
got
like,
your name right. Well done, son.
Well, the good news is there's no leaks or anything like that. Nothing bad.
Uh-huh.
It failed on the wipers.
That's
that-
expensive.
rear
That's a cop out fail from
rear
an
number
MOT
plate.
person.
Handbrake. Now, the last person to touch the handbrake was Alex Kirsten.
I don't think. No, I didn't touch a handbrake.
So-
I didn't touch a handbrake.
It's a
You
manual.
very
He-
much
no,
touched
no,
my
he didn't
handbrake.
get that far because he rounded out the bolt that holds on.
No, your bolts rounded themselves before I could get to them.
Yeah.
No, do you remember?
So he abandoned ship.
remember
for that.
at the end when I tested it, I was like, oh, the handbrake's a bit dodgy. You were like, oh, no, I'll fiddle with that.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Don't worry, I'll
remember.
round that off.
Well, they fixed your mess, so I'll invoice you.
Yeah,
for that.
invoice me. Yeah. Brilliant.
And then it was brake cables were twisted or something like that. Again, I imagine that was you.
I didn't touch
Did
a
they
brake.
just
What?
make this up?
Yeah.
Did you sure this MOT guy wasn't just taking you for a ride?
How was your
Yeah.
blinker fluid? Was that low
Very
as well?
No, it's
Oh,
topped
that
up.
passed.
Yeah,
That's
that was
okay.
fine.
Okay.
I want to hear more about this brake cable twisting.
It was like
thing.
40 quid's worth of.
That's
repair.
all right.
Yeah,
That's all right.
It was nothing.
So they just wanted a few extra pints down the local.
Yeah. But it's passed, and I taxed it. You know how satisfying it is when,
Taxing a car.
well, when it's
horrible.
got fresh MOT, fresh tax.
yeah.
It's got a new battery now.
Yeah.
Thank you to General Traffic for that.
Yeah.
Which I did not.
Nice.
Did not know they did batteries. But
They do
Yeah,
everything.
they're good. Those
literally
I
guys.
know
everything.
that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But big thank you to them. So now the Jazz is just clean bill of health.
I would sell it
You
now.
sell
Yeah.
Let those future problems
Yeah,
be
yeah,
someone
yeah,
else's
yeah.
future problems.
I think it's about 3 years now. It's
Oh,
been
not bad.
absolutely fine.
Yeah, good stuff.
Other than it's involuntary decat.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant. When you told me that story, I laughed so hard.
And then
Anyway.
you sent it over to me, and then we both.
Yeah. As for me, I've got so many updates. I don't even know whether I'm coming or going.
Well, let's just move on then. If
All
there's
right.
too much to talk about.
No. It's good because it's actually correlated.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
I
far
want
from
to
it.
hear how you sold out Project TT.
Yeah. So last summer I bought my girlfriend a Mark 1 TT for her 30th birthday. Surprised her with it, and then I said, by the way, you can't take it because the turbo's knackered and blah 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 blah. Cam chain was stretched, all that kind of shit. Anyway, Gareth and I, you probably know the story as much as everyone here. Gareth and I spent the summer fixing it, engine out, all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. Car was running all right. And recently, the power steering rack went on it. And I was just like, it's subframe out again. And I spoke to Gareth and he was like, oh, Jesus, it's subframe out again. And there comes a point in your life when you know that you've just got to call it and move on and just decide enough is enough. I'm too old.
Are you resigning then? I was about to TT, sorry.
I was also worried about the fact that we had literally bathed every single fixing that held that subframe on with threadlock.
A lot of it.
I was wondering if it would ever come out again. And
Just welded it in when you were putting it back.
But yeah,
I made the decision. The car had to go. And I just put it on Instagram and someone messaged me and said, I will take it. And that someone is called, oh God, sorry, I think it's Ben.
Ben Crook or something?
Ben Crook, yeah. And he's an 18-year-old. He's got a Mark II Golf, and he's going to be putting the 1.8T BAM engine from my girlfriend's old TT into that car.
Nice.
So that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
So recycling and everything. So I didn't feel bad
I
about...
take it he's changing the turbo, right?
Yes, I'm going to give him the KO4 and he's going to
Revamp.
get that refurbed.
Oh, did we actually take that? I thought we just left it at Mike's.
No, it's in the van.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it's actually in the podcast van.
Sweet.
I think
So-
I think I asked you at the time, after your summer of fun, did you wish you paid maybe $1,000 more for a better car? And you were like, no, because the learning experience has been great. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to ask you that again.
Yes.
You would have paid.
Oh, big time. Big time. Jesus, that car has been nothing but a pain in the ass. Also, we're moving house. That all came through. And the insurance is double where we're moving to. And it's not far we're moving from.
What?
Or moving to. So that car would have been prohibitively expensive to insure anyway. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Ben's also sent me pictures because he's already started stripping the car. He sent me pictures. Yeah, steering rack's knackered. I was like, yeah, I knew that. The radiator has got a big old leak. It's like, oh, didn't know about that. And the rear crash bar, and we'll flash up pictures. The rear crash bar on the TT also like pretty much sheared off. So it's had an impact on the rear at some point. Lots of stuff wrong with it. So it is almost, it is a blessing in disguise. And I always say everything happens for a reason.
We didn't look at that.
That car is now gone. When I told Rianne that it was pretty much write-off time for her, she cried.
Yeah.
Because she really, really, really loved the TT. And also, it was like her 30th birthday present from me to her. So, I bought her a new car. Well, not new.
Another
to
TT.
her.
With the same problem.
So I've been umming and ahhing, what shall I get her? And I kind of decided on a 1 Series convertible, like a 2008, a 120i. So I went and bought her an up. Yeah.
Good compromise.
Good compromise.
It's a great car. I really, really like that car. In
Yeah.
white. Dodgy stains on the seats. I like that the most.
Yeah. Those dodgy stains are now gone. But we looked.
cool.
Yeah, we looked for insurance for the BMW, and again prohibitively expensive. And it was a toss up. Should we get another shit box? And I was like, nah, I'm going to spend some actual money on a car because I feel quite bad because she's had a lot of shit boxes from me. She had the Fiesta that was actually from Wrench Studios, and that had scratched in the roof the bad word that rhymes with punt. Someone had just scratched that in.
Yeah.
I don't think it was about my girlfriend. Could have been. Joking. So yeah, I just wanted an up. So it's a 1 litre 3-cylinder non-turbo. It's white. I paid $3,495 for it. It's insurance group 1.
Oh.
It's £20 to tax, and we've been driving around town 50 mpg.
I don't even know what insurance group 1 looks like. I don't think I ever have.
It's the opposite of your M4. It really is.
Have you? I've never owned a car of insurance group 1.
No, I didn't even know such a thing existed.
Yeah.
But she's been on the compare
have you?
sites to get insurance, and she was getting quoted over £500. I phoned Greenlight,
Yeah, they're good.
and they did, I think, 387.
Yeah, they're good.
Nice.
Like banging. That's
Yeah.
really cool. So yeah, thanks to Greenlight, you're with them as well.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. So so with the TT gone or not being able to be driven, my girlfriend works as a special needs teacher. She needs to get to the children's centre, so I've been taking her to and from work every day until she had the up on the motorbike, which has been wicked fun.
in the winter.
Well, no, it's spring, isn't it?
Well, so
Ooh.
it just turned
It
spring.
was the
yeah.
first day of spring yesterday, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, but it was like nice
go.
weather usually. So
I'm quite envious of all your zooming on the bike.
yeah. So
Yeah.
a 40-minute
Nice.
journey in a car, I've done it in 11 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Obviously
Not with her
driving
on the...
to the speed limit, right?
Yeah. Not with her on the back, though. It takes about
Oh, yeah.
14 minutes with her.
That's the only good thing about a bike. That's the only argument.
No, and it's fun. Like, commuting on a bike is fun.
It's the freedom. It's the freedom to ride the road, Ethan. You wouldn't understand.
Go for a run.
You will
Well,
understand.
to the point where you get your
Did you say go
CVT.
for a run?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Have some freedom like that.
Well, you-
Buy a
how are you
car,
gonna-
you cheapskate.
How are you gonna ride? How are you gonna ride? How are you gonna run with your wife on your back?
Piggyback.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
Yeah.
gonna work, is it? Yeah, buy a motorbike.
Right, so anyway, my girlfriend Rianne now has a VW up, and I've been looking a lot on like eBay and places, thinking, oh, I could do with some nice wheels, and oh, what about some racing stripes or like some side skirts and
turbo.
or turbo. But I've actually sent out an email already to a wheel company.
You went through your Rolodex.
Yeah, and I was like, this car's actually really popular. It is super popular on my Instagram. My Instagram blew the up.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe get some nice rims on it. Some 16s I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe like up GTI style.
Maybe GTI badge. That'd be cool.
No, that's too far. That's too far.
be
I'll put a
cool.
NOS badge on it. Speaking of NOS badge, I used to have a Hyundai Coupe. I put a NOS badge on that. It was really cool. Anyway, enough about what we've been up to. Let's now move on to your stories. And we have a question from Lawrence. Jack, do you want to read this out?
Hi guys, hope you're well. I have a few elderly relatives in the family who all still drive. Their driving is quite stereotypical of elderly people in that it is bizarre, erratic, unpredictable, and not helped by failing health and eyesight. I know this is not the situation that is going to get any better. Having their cars is a huge aspect of their independence, but the bumps and near misses are getting a little more frequent. Being a passenger whilst they drive is something of a white knuckle ride. Should you talk to a relative who perhaps needs to think about giving up their driving, or should you let them reach that decision on their own? How would you go about this in a way that does not hurt their pride? Keep up the good work, Lawrence.
Bloody hell, that's deep, isn't it, Will? That's a big one to start with.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Go on.
So I'm half Chinese. So my mum's Asian. Well, Chinese. And she gave up her license.
Did she?
Yeah, mum doesn't drive anymore. But her driving normally is horrendous. I don't know if that's maybe I'm not trying to be like racist, but I am half Chinese, and like the Chinese end of my family are notoriously bad.
Really?
But yeah, mum gave up her license because it went from bad to like really bad.
Did you have the conversation with her?
No, I think she realized the fact that she was going to bin dad's Mercedes and decided that it would be better if she just handed her little pink card
When
back.
did she give up?
Oh, it was years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to come to think of it, I've never seen your mum drive.
Yeah, that's because she can't. Well, no, she can't. Let's just leave it at that.
Can she legally drive though, or
Well, no,
she
she
actually?
she surrendered it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Bloody
yeah,
hell.
Yeah.
Surrendered it.
Yeah.
Is that what you have to do?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, they put you against the wall and
You have a
strip you.
white flag.
take it. Yeah.
On
So,
your knees.
so mum doesn't drive anymore. Thank goodness. yeah. She was. Yeah, it's a bit sketchy.
Oh, wow.
Curbs.
Really?
It didn't matter. It was part of the road, right?
Christ.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to have that conversation. She just thought, okay, I'm a little bit shit now.
Yeah. Maybe Dad had a secret word with her, like maybe it's time you give up driving because you almost squashed that person. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But Mum almost did squash me when I was a child.
Really?
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. She went through so we had a double garage and there was like a center pillar.
Yeah.
And two roll up garage doors, and I used to open the gate for Mum in South Africa, run down the drive, and then open the garage door.
Yeah.
And one day I don't know what came over her, but she didn't brake.
Hatred.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she's like, here's that little shit, I'm gonna get him. But yeah, she aimed the car pretty much for me. I jumped out the way and she hit the central pillar of the garage. But my dad designed the garage so it didn't just like fall down.
Oh, wow,
But
nice.
she went straight through the center pillar, took out both roller shutters, and then the car ended up in the back of the garage.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, with a massive like the support part of the garage, like stoved into
That's
the
one
windscreen.
way to
and
park,
roof.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
So,
impressive.
so your dad designed that garage, anticipated your mum would like,
Quite possibly.
better make this non-structural.
Yeah, and I just, I'm only remembering it now. Actually, I haven't told the story in decades.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I had to jump out the way, or I would have been pinned between. It was a Ford Sierra XR6. I don't know if they came out here.
We had the XR4s here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd been pinned between that car and a hefty brick wall.
That's a shit way to die, isn't it?
Yeah.
by your own mother.
The pearly
And a
gates.
Sierra.
Not just any Sierra, a V6 Sierra.
What about you guys? Would
I've-
you have that
yeah.
conversation?
Yeah, we haven't had the conversation in my family, but both my granddads gave up driving. They both just got to a point where they're like, nah, that's enough for me. But like, to be fair, they're 85, 90. Gina's granddad, my wife, also gave
No, what? Sorry?
Say it properly. Say it properly.
my wife,
Hey.
her granddad gave up driving. He had a bit of a moment, and that for him was it. He gave me the Swagon.
Oh,
That's where that came from after he gave up driving. So the three granddads all gave up, but there was, I don't think, any awkward conversation. But I feel like you do need to have that conversation if you're worried, because hurting their pride is much better than them hurting themselves, hurting someone else,
Yeah.
anything
Or
like that.
killing
It's just-
Gareth.
Yeah, or killing
Yeah,
Gareth, yeah. For just the sake, the sake of one awkward conversation.
Yeah.
They'll understand, I'm
Yeah.
sure, as well.
I'm an only child as well. My family is literally me and my mum. That's the entire family. So if it ever gets to a point where mum just turns a little bit shit, then it will have to be me who says it's time to stop. And she's very headstrong.
I can tell it.
Proper
yeah,
German.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Gareth.
Just
Maybe
have that
you do.
talk.
Yeah, just have that talk. Yeah.
Alex told me to tell you that your driving is
It wouldn't
sketchy.
end well for you, trust
She'll
me.
tell you where to go.
Yeah, she will, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably.
and she'll double the speed limit overnight.
When when I bought my E36, it was down in Kent, and when we turned up, it was a huge warehouse full of cars, and the guys selling them, they all belonged to his dad, and his dad was now getting too old to drive, but he had a warehouse, probably about 12 cars in there, all undercover, and had a
Nice.
wall of like ribbons and trophies. So he's obviously into his cars and showing cars, and it was really sad actually. This guy had to give
Yeah.
up everything,
Yeah.
and his son was just saying, "Yeah, I've just got to get rid of everything that."
That's really
My
sad.
dad has, because he's not driving them anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, really sad.
We should have invited him to our private motorway in Mexico.
Yeah, sure.
But how would you guys actually broach that subject if you had like an elderly relative and the driving was too sketchy? Would you go for it, or would you say to like your parents or your brother or sister, you do it?
Oh yeah, I'd get someone else.
Would you?
Would
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
They just
can't
hide their
either.
keys. Slash their tyres. They probably wouldn't notice. Don't do that.
What happens if you
Maybe
did,
phone them.
if you did like an evidence base where you just sat there and you got all the points of where they either tried to kill you or them or
Yeah.
Just do it as a driving test. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and
a
you-
minor.
and then you
That's a
sh-
major.
and then you show them the evidence afterwards. You're like, this is all the faults that
Yeah.
you made and all the near misses, and they'll be like, no, that's bullshit. I'm gonna crack on driving.
So I think the answer, Lawrence, is you need to hire yourself a private investigator, get loads of evidence on them, and then just sit them down and just show them all the evidence, and then it won't be on your shoulders; it'll be on the private investigators.
I think what Ethan says, you just got to sit them down, haven't you? And just say, it might hurt their pride, but at least they'll be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, Mum, Dad, I love you, but you're driving shit.
Yeah.
Give me your car.
Yeah.
Give
But
me a Honda Jazz.
also, Lawrence, you'll have to be prepared to help them go to the shops and stuff like
Oh,
that. You've got to be
Christ.
ready for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. You've got to help out.
Only do that if you've got brothers and sisters to rely on. If, like me, you're an only child, just allow it. Just let them
Uber.
crack on with
Uber.
it. Exactly. Uber it, yeah. Anyway, next subject in this podcast, Ethan's thought experiment.
Men.
Okay, what is this?
Is this
What's
a new
happening
thing?
here?
Is this a new?
No,
thing?
this isn't a thing. This is just a one-off.
Is it about
right.
cars?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, why not?
Good start.
It will be linked to cars. So I've got a thought experiment or a paradox for you.
Where have you got this idea from? What's happening?
Well, actually, this came up recently in Marvel and Disney. Have got this new show called One Division, and
Is that better than the Iron Fist?
I haven't seen it yet actually, but this
pretty
got
shit.
I've watched the Iron Fist.
What did you reckon about it?
I think it's a different Iron
Yeah.
Fist.
yeah.
You watched the Rubber Fist.
Was there a lot of moaning and groaning through this?
But then I actually saw this on TikTok. Someone talking about this paradox. So it's called the Ship of Theseus, and it's also known as Theseus's paradox.
God, I feel like I'm in school.
Yeah, yeah. Get your classics ready.
Yeah.
Get out! Just stop cheating.
I was wondering why it wasn't.
Well,
on
actually,
the
it doesn't matter. if you-
Reedy thing here.
Oh yeah, it's just.
Ah,
separate.
right, it's a separate thing. Right, I don't know.
And it's a thought experiment that raises the question of whether an object that has had all of its components replaced remains fundamentally
Still got its soul.
the same object.
Is this Trigger's broom?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
is,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So the ship of Theseus was rebuilt over the centuries as wood rotted and broke. So at what point did it stop being the original, and when did it become something else? So what point does that thing become different? I'm asking this. Exhibit A. Young Philip.
Well, my 0 to 16 4.9
Exactly.
Porsche derived
Yeah.
V6
When you
MX-5.
first got
Dreamland
that,
numbers.
Yeah.
it couldn't do 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, correct?
Probably with more boost, it probably could.
Depends who you ask. If you ask Alex, it could.
that was doing mid threes.
He's 80,000 pound MX-5.
That has gone through, what, 3 engines?
This is on its
3
third
en-
engine.
Yeah. It's had
2 heart
wrap,
transplants.
different wheels,
Wrap?
different tyres.
What are you on about?
Oh,
Full respray, mate.
Wait, it's got new skin. Well, the only thing that is the same, right, with Phil is basically the panels.
And the
some,
chassis.
Some,
Some
of
of
the
the
panels.
some
Yeah,
of
yeah.
The whole
panels.
car is basically what
Well,
it
a
is.
lot of rust has been repaired as well.
Yeah.
Like sills, they're new. But
So bringing this back to my thought experiment.
yes,
Has it passed that point where it's not the same?
no,
No.
It hasn't. You don't think it has?
No, I don't think. I think the point for a car is the shell. Do you know what I mean the shell? It's shell and documentation of it.
I don't actually think it's anything physical.
Or you. F-
I think it's just the idea and the emotional
Oh,
attachment you have with it.
Oh no! It
Yeah.
stops at the shell.
Shut
If you had to
up.
re-shell Phil, it would be a new car. It would be. Don't look at
So
it.
are we saying VIN plates here?
Yeah.
that is basically what we're talking about.
I think you could change everything on that and it would still be Phil and it would still be the same old Phil, just like gone to the gym
you change
massively.
every
like
single
proper
thing.
steroids and
Every single thing on the car, and you'd still think it was the same car.
well, something's always going to remain.
Gear knob. Oh no, you've changed
I've
that.
changed that.
It's just the driver that remains the same. Isn't it?
For me, it's like the emotional more than the physical. I
Here
know
we
it
go.
sounds
This
really
is how we sell cars.
I know it sounds really shit, but it's just I don't know. Phil is my spirit animal.
So
I think you
the
could do,
idea of Phil.
yeah, more of
is
the
the same.
idea and the sentiment and the memories.
Okay.
So if it was, say it was gone, it was crushed to a tiny cube, and then that cube was melted down and blasted into space, so there's no evidence of it at all there, and you had a new car and you made it look like Phil, would that be Phil?
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very good point, Jack.
I'm just saying that because you can't ever really change everything on a car.
Well, you can.
Well, you can, but you'd be an idiot. I'm an idiot, but not that much of an idiot.
I think we did talk about this on another podcast very, very briefly, but
Yeah, I think if you go
I saw
past the
this.
point of replacing the shell, it's a different
Yeah.
different thing, a different
agree.
soul altogether.
Yeah,
I
but like
agree.
the engine, I don't think that's like the soul of the car.
you don't.
I think it's just part of the ethos of the car.
It's the heart. It's the beating heart.
Yeah, you can change a heart. You can have a heart transplant. Does that change a person?
Fair enough.
Well,
Change your ECU, brain transplant.
There you go. There you go. There you
Will
go.
it-
Have you suddenly got a
will it
new
have the
car
same
overnight because
thoughts?
you've got a new ECU?
No, I don't.
Still a shitbox, isn't it?
No, yeah, but I've got the same shitty shell as well, so it's the same car.
Z3's had an arse transplant.
It has. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
An arse transplant.
Exhaust.
Transplant.
Oh, yeah.
Transplant. Yeah, the exhaust. Yeah.
Is that the arse?
That's more of a
Yeah.
large intestine.
That's where it
isn't
all comes out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, shall we move on? I think we've run out of things to say. We've got an email from Young Sam, and the title is Dilemma Import Issues. Ethan, do you want to read this out?
Yeah. Hello, Car Throttle team. I'm writing in about a dilemma which has kept me up at night.
Lemma.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Emma.
Hey.
I am just 14, but I'm so excited about owning a car. I have a model car collection, so I'm eager. I've always been looking for a first car. With petrol and diesel cars being taxed out of existence, my only option seemed to be a moped. But then there was a little ray of Japanese hope. After seeing Alex review the Suzuki Cappuccino, I fell in love with Japanese K cars. K?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, not key, yeah. After looking for months, I found a Honda Vamos K car van, and I adored the little toaster van. But with it only being made in Japan, I would have to get the little van imported, which is obviously very expensive. So the Vamos I buy will have to be a bit of a shitbox, literally. So the sensible option my mum suggested was a VW Polo, and I find them dull and would like to get something a little different. I'd love to hear your opinions on what I do. Get an imported toaster van of my dreams, or go boring and save money. Kind regards, Sam. What do you do?
Well, we don't really have the answer, but one of our colleagues, Edwin, who works on the social team, does, because he does lots of importing. So do you want to read out what Edwin said? Because I actually sent Edwin this message from 14-year-old Sam.
Edwin said, it very much depends on where he lives. If he's in the UK, importing a K van shouldn't be too expensive. A quick look at the auction sees a good Honda Vamos vans selling around the 100/150k yen mark. That's around £1,000, meaning that with all shipping and taxes paid to the UK, it will be around 3.5 grand. A tatty one should be here for sub 2.5 grand. If that's too expensive and he's wanting a K car, it's worth joining UKK groups on Facebook, as there are lots tucked away that people are willing to sell if it's to an enthusiast. Alternatively, buy something semi-interesting, i.e. a 15-20-year-old Polo instead of a newer one, learn on it, and then save in the meantime to buy something more special.
That's sound advice from Edwin.
He's done our job, though.
He has done our job, exactly.
I have another question. If you do import one of these, where do you get parts for it, and how much will they be? Because you would have to import those as well. So any little thing that goes wrong, you have to wait for it to get shipped over and then pay customs and import duty again on those bits.
Quite properly, yeah.
So that could land up costing you a fair bit of money if it goes wrong.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really nice idea, Sam, but I'm guessing because you're 14, you won't be paying for any of this. So your mum's probably right. Buy something that you can actually afford to fix and work on in the UK for now.
You don't want to get your dream car first.
And,
either.
plus, you're only 14. You got how many years of buying cool cars?
Yeah, you got like
Don't
10
rush
years
into it.
of buying cool cars.
Making mistakes and all that sort of stuff.
All that sort of
Buying
stuff.
crocked Audis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you just go straight for it?
I think just from experience, like obviously when I was like early 20s, I was trying to be a videographer and like film stuff. So I never had no money, like doing music videos or whatever. So I never had enough to like buy the cars that I really wanted. And now that I'm older and I've got a bit of money, I've got to put them towards like sensible things. Do you know what I mean? So I think while you're young,
why?
Because that's just what you do. Like it would be silly of me to say if I've got money.
But you've got an E36 you don't drive.
Yeah,
That's not sensible.
Yeah, I know. But,
Yeah,
but if I had money now and I wanted to buy something like a silly car, or whatever, I'm better off putting that money into a house or something.
But I've always wanted
this age.
like a 306 GTI 6. I've always wanted one of those. But would I buy one now, even though I have the money for it? No, because it's shit.
But I'm saying
Are these cars
when you're younger and you like have disposable income or
Yeah.
whatever, and and you can mess around and you can get into cars where, it doesn't matter so much, and you can just piss your money away on whatever.
But
Then,
does it-
is it a good opportunity to do that then? Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas when you get a bit older, you might have different commitments.
But does it kind of do that? So as you reach like middle agey bit, you've got all the housing and all that jazz, and then it's sort of you'll have your second peak where you've gone past buying houses and kids, and that's when you can buy all the stuff that you really wanted for a premium price.
Yeah, but
he's
then
14,
you got to
he-
wait.
He wants it now.
Yeah, but then you got to
So-
wait, haven't you? Years, and then everything's
Yeah.
going to be more expensive.
Oh yeah, it's like starting a vinyl collection right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
in many ways, I guess. Yeah.
really do you over.
Sam, I would say if you want the car and if your mum supports you and you've got a little bit of cash, do it. Just do it. Just make your mistake while you're young.
You'd be a bit of a
That's what I'm saying.
trailblazer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
14-year-old.
Yeah. Fair play, fair play. And then it's not your money, so it's all right.
So we're saying yes, buy the car.
Buy the car.
Buy the car. Yeah,
Screw
buy
it, do it. Yeah.
Buy it,
do
buy
it,
it.
and let us know.
Mum, these 4 guys on the internet said I should do it.
Yeah, sorry to Sam's mum. We've made life very expensive for you. Get that second job.
But it's a learning experience, so you should buy him the car. Sam's mum.
Yeah, okay.
Done.
Anyway, we're now going to move it on to a section that I need to get off my chest. Grinds my gears. And my name is next to it. Alex.
Alex.
Because I've got 2 grinds my gears. Because my gears were very much ground very recently. First of which, I was saying, oh yeah, I've been on the bike taking Rianne to and back from the children's centre. As I got on my road, I was following a Peugeot 208, like quite close. She was slowing down. I was like, something's going on there. And she stopped. I was like, all right. Left a car length. Started reversing. I was like, all right, you're going to stop because you can see me. Because she wanted to go into space. No indication, no nothing. Got to within about a foot of my front wheel. I revved my engine, honked the horn. And I had probably just a few centimetres left. Jesus. So my grinds my gear is, please, when you're reversing, turn the around and have a look what's behind you.
Sounds like you're a bit too close.
Yeah, it does sound
Fair. Could have been. But no, I do see it quite a lot, especially moped riders and stuff. I've seen it quite a few times where cars have literally just started reversing into a spot without doing the, shoulder check.
Yeah.
So like, I'll have a look in one mirror. Oh, there's no van or there's no car behind me. Let's go. No.
No indicating to say.
No indicating, because she just
pissing
literally didn't
annoying.
have a clue that I was there. Because obviously, car going around that corner, you have to slow down quite a lot. I don't really have to. So she looked in their rear view, didn't see me, and then didn't bother looking again. Because she just completely forgot that mopeds or motorbikes would be out and about. So please, just when you're reversing, just give yourself a second, have a look behind you.
So that's one more thing to add to the list, guys. Reversing cars that don't indicate or look.
Yep.
Yeah, when you get your
be on it.
CBTs.
How about
no?
if a car has reversing cameras, do you just use the camera or do you look as well?
I still do the physical check as well.
I
Do you
do.
not trust the technology?
I don't know. I just don't trust that my brain can process it properly.
Okay, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Especially it's quite small. Looking at these screens, you can't see everything. When you turn around, it's like
It's like real life.
Yeah. It's like looking.
It's
real
like
life.
wow with your eyes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's incredible.
This feels better.
Yeah. What you want to do is get your hand behind the passenger seat, around the headrest,
crane your neck,
then turn around.
Yeah,
Better that.
a bit of that.
Jack, do you ever find yourself going a bit wonky? Because you look behind you, your whole physical body turns and then you look. But when it comes up on a screen in front of you and you're like, I don't get it. It's in front of me, first of all.
Yeah.
And I can't.
And it's also
what's
quite
left,
fish-eyed as
what's
well.
left,
isn't
what's,
it?
what's right? I don't know.
And also the lines that it gives you to tell you where you're going.
yeah.
It's no good.
Like,
It's no
it's
good.
off-putting.
Yeah, it breaks me.
My second grinds my gear. Low traffic zones in London. The reason I'm pissed off with that is because I got busted in a Volvo coming back from a shoot. Oh, Jesus. I'm not having much luck in London at the moment, am I?
Ealing Council.
Oh, God.
Do they love
Oh,
you?
yeah, you love me, don't you?
Yeah, they're putting their kids through uni. On the fines
big
you're
time.
giving them.
So, I was just driving through, I think it was Acton, and it's been on the BBC News a lot, actually. The road that busted me was actually on the BBC News a lot. So I saw it the next day, I was like, that road. Like, it's famous as well as screwing me over. So, I don't know if you know, but in London, lots of roads, especially during lockdown, or I think because of lockdown, have been blocked off with these massive like flower pot planter things that have just been plonked in the middle of the road. It's caused loads of chaos for people who live there, who commute, ambulance drivers, Ubers, all the rest of it. And there's people who live there in these roads that say, yeah, it's great. There's also people who live like a few roads away and they're like, oh, it's late at night. My Uber won't drop me off because the road's blocked. So now I'm having to walk, which puts me at risk, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there was one of these roads. The flower plant pots weren't there, but you could still see them on the side of the road. So I was like, okay, probably was blocked, but now no longer blocked. And there was also a pole with a sign on it that said no vehicles. So I was like, okay.
Interesting.
Sign was there. The planters were probably there, but they've moved it because they've realised it was shit. So now I can go. And there were like parked cars on either side. I was like, cars are going in and out. Should be fine. It wasn't fine.
How much was the fine?
The fine was $130, but reduced to $65.
Oh, they got a good
Because
heart.
it's you.
because of 14 days.
Did you write to them and say, well, it made no sense because your planters were either side, or would you just like stuff it?
No, I actually went on Twitter and I said, do I have a case? And loads of people are like, no.
It's the council.
Because
No, you
there's
don't.
a sign there saying don't go down there. Right?
Yeah, but like I looked at the sign, I was like, okay, not supposed to, and then I just made a call because I was sure if it was blocked, it would be physically blocked because that's what they've been doing, but it wasn't. So it's like they just tempted me in, just like Adam and Eve.
I don't think the grind should be low traffic zones in London. I think it should be your brain.
Okay, Grinds My Gear is my brain.
Both of these ones. I think,
No, come on, reversing into me. That's not so cool. That's not so cool. Anyway, Ealing Council, you're welcome for £65. I actually paid it. I got a little bit drunk and then I paid it. I was like, I just can't be bothered to argue.
Do you have to have a drink for that one?
I did, yeah. And there was also on the ticket thing, there was nowhere where I could write in and say, I'm really angry. I don't want to pay it because it was literally, are you going to pay? Are you not going to pay? I was like, oh, I can't even speak to anyone about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is me, podcast, Ealing Council. Ooh, screw you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
I'll get that drop curb now.
Anyway, we've got some car advice from university student Leo, who asked us some advice. Gareth?
Okay. Hi, Car Throttle. I'm a university student currently studying without a car. My previous one lasted 4 weeks before dying. Could you recommend a cheap-to-run vehicle for the summer to get to work for around £800? I was thinking Clio, but I owned a Citroen C1 for 2 years and did not enjoy the experience. Although the car was reasonably okay for maintenance and pretty easy to work on, the 1-litre engine was a guzzler. A 1-litre engine?
Yeah, well, actually, the up on the motorway guzzles quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it just like super under stress the whole
screams,
time?
Yeah.
When you had to keep up with the dual carriageway speeds, further, do you have any tips for young drivers to get insurance at reasonable rates? I found in the past that it has been stupidly expensive. Many thanks, Leo. Alex, what do you want to say about this?
Well, I would say in terms of the insurance, there's not really much getting around paying a lot because you're young.
Can you put your mum on the insurance? Does that lower it a bit?
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes.
but then you can't get no claims discounts, can you?
But rather than your mum's insurance, you put an elder.
yeah.
onto-
Oh, yeah.
That,
So
I've seen that drop.
That's a good
sometimes,
trick.
Yeah.
Also, your mum, your dad, someone old with loads of experience. Black box, I know it's boring, but if you want a coolish car, then a black box will work.
Move house.
Yeah, move out to the country, move to Scotland. I don't pun, then you got a nice accent like that, and you drive around like that. It's not bother, Paul. But in terms of cars, I was looking on Auto Trader earlier, and I think the most interesting car for about £800 is a Yaris 1.3 VVT T-Spirit, insurance group 9. So I think it's doable for someone of your age. 85 horsepower, £800. They look cool, and because it's Toyota, it's going to be super reliable. So I would go for something like that.
Very good. Jack, what would you go for if you were in Leo's position of power?
£800 to pick a car.
£800
You can't really be too picky with £800.
Nah,
Can you? No,
nah.
you can't.
You'll
no-
be surprised. I had a good gander. There's quite a few shit boxes. you can get
yeah.
for
Well, then that will
£800.
probably be my answer. Just like a shitbox Polo.
Yeah.
I know that is incredibly boring.
Why a
but-
Polo?
Because they're small, they're little, they're cheap to run. Insurance is going to be cheap.
We're talking
They're
about
everywhere,
like a
you can get one.
1.6 or 1.4. I don't actually know
Whatever
when
the
they come in.
smallest you
Probably
can
a
get.
1.4 you can get
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
Or a 1.2, yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Ethan? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
4 wheels,
Yeah.
spare
Yeah,
and boot.
I'd say
RX-8 or a
Engine.
multiplier?
No, multiplier maybe.
Yeah.
No.
You can apply that to any situation.
Could you get one for £800 though?
Yeah.
Really?
Put your mind to it.
Really?
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
time, yeah.
I'm definitely not going to buy one.
Yeah,
but
no,
that's
no,
interesting
no,
to
yeah.
know.
Yeah, before I saw the question
I don't
about
know.
the
I don't know.
insurance, I was going to say, is it the Fabia VRS? You've
Yeah.
always mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
Great
love
car.
Oh,
But
that'd be good, that'd be
insurance,
good.
be insurance group high.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what- yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking that right up until, do you have any tips to get insurance rates? I was like, I abandoned that, actually.
The
Also-
Yaris. I think the Yaris.
Yeah,
is
yeah, it's a good shout, yeah.
Well done.
Also, speaking of the Fabia VRS, the diesel one, where my girlfriend Rianne works, no diesels are allowed because it's like the ultra low emission zone. So, like, even modern diesels, not allowed. You need to pay like 20, 30 quid a day. It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
It's nuts.
That's
yeah.
nuts.
What about you, Gareth?
I went for a Peugeot 206 and mainly settled on this because they're really easy to work on. And we had them through uni. We always had Peugeots knocking about. and they're simple, so you can learn a lot. And I don't actually look at the insurance group of 206, but I imagine it's pretty damn low.
Yeah, it'd be around that.
And it's a 4-pot, so it should keep up with motorway traffic without the tits screaming out the poor thing. So that's me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think we'll all agree on the Yaris. Perfect.
Except for me, I
Okay.
would
yeah.
go with the Peugeot 206.
Oh, it's 3 against 1.
Thanks.
You may remember a few weeks ago, I told you guys that we got lots of Rozzers watching and listening to the podcast. Hello, Rozzers. We haven't been speeding. Chill out. Oh, Jack.
They're police for people
Oh,
that know
yeah.
what Rosin means.
5-0. So, yeah, we had a police officer, PCS. It's not his real name. He just wants to remain anonymous because he's giving us some, like, insider information. Anyway, I said to you guys a couple of weeks ago, if you've got any questions for PCS regarding the highway code or what would happen if, then write in. And we've had 2 questions, one from Dexter and one from John. So I'll quickly go through those and then the answers from PCS. So Dexter asks, what car modifications are the most common for police to want to pull drivers over? And are there ways to perhaps make those said modifications less obvious to avoid being pulled? PCS has written back, thank you very much. Modifications that make us pull you over would normally be ones that are illegal, like not displaying your number plate properly at the front. But the main one would be tinted windows at the front. The windscreen, for example, has to be able to let 75% of light through, and for the side windows, that's 70%. So my advice, just don't get window tints. From our point of view, it looks like you're trying to hide something, and a lot of the time that unfortunately seems to be the case when I've stopped someone. Thoughts on window tints?
I've got a grinding my gears thing about this one.
Oh.
The whole license plate thing. You see those rude boys putting the license plate
In their window,
by their
yeah.
window. Why
It's because they've just fallen. It's because they've fallen off.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
It fell off like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
This is just cool. It's like, no, it's not cool. You're a dick.
It's kind of cool.
Just put your... Jack, are you one of them?
Have you
No,
got
I
yours?
don't do that, no.
I hope not.
I like it, but I wouldn't do it.
But what? I
don't know. People are
get it.
weird.
Yeah.
But the window tints thing as well, I see, especially in London, around the Hayes area, so many windows I literally can't see through.
Mm.
It's ridiculous. And it's just, you're going to get pulled. Like, why? But yeah, window tints where you can't see people inside, I think, is just
Birmingham's pretty bad for it as well.
Yeah.
It's super, super dark.
Although the
windows.
flip side of it, like that Saab's got really dark tints on it, and I like that because if I've got
yeah,
camera,
but at the rear.
if I've got camera
yeah.
equipment in it,
I'm talking the front
Oh,
windows, the
okay.
driver and
Ignore
passenger
me then.
sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the rear, that's fine. You
Yeah.
can be as black as it wants, but the fronts, it's just no good.
But weirdly, in France, they're all right with it. There's loads of cars that knock about with.
Yeah, but in
really,
France, you
really...
can do anything. Like, you can literally get out and just piss on the side of the road. It happens so much. Like, that's not a sweeping generalization, but whenever I've been to France, there's been someone on the side of the road taking a piss.
you can drive an Ami at 14, so they don't care.
Isn't there a UK thing where you're not showing your bits off if you're pissing against your own car tire?
I think it's
like
if
that.
it's the rear quarter or something, you can piss on the wheel.
Yeah, so you got
something
to
like
piss up your own car like a
What?
dog, and
Yeah.
then it's not illegal. Something
Yeah.
weird.
I
like
didn't
that.
know this.
Yeah.
This is valuable information.
Yeah.
But French people just piss on the road.
Is that
it's
is that
just
what
like-
French people are known for? Hi, already.
Oh, you said it. You said it. Anyway, John sent in a question for PCS as well. If you saw a car in lane 1 traveling at 70 miles an hour, pass a car in lane 2 doing 65 miles an hour while lane 1 was clear, would you pull them over for undertaking, or would you pull the lane 2 car for hogging the middle lane? That's an interesting one. What do you guys think?
I'm not going to read it.
We're going into the middle lane.
Pull the
territory.
Undertaker or pull the guy hogging? What do you think
I
PCS is going to say?
I really do not like middle lane.
Yeah.
hogs, as we've discussed.
Surprises me.
But
From a police perspective,
from a police perspective, I think the undertaking is a more of a dangerous maneuver, I would guess.
do we all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I hate that idea.
Yeah, let's see what he says. So he starts with, what a question. So many factors to consider. If the car undertook just the once, clearly had control of the vehicle and wasn't driving dangerously, because undertaking actually isn't an offence but can be seen as careless, I would probably just let it go. And for the car hogging the middle lane. If again, I thought their actions were putting people in danger, then yes, I would pull them over, but in my eyes, they may not be a confident driver. So me putting my blues on to pull them over could actually cause more problems. So I try and get a suitable place somewhere else to give words of advice. But if we had to pull anyone over in this scenario, it would be the person undertaking. It takes a moment to pull out into the outside lane and overtake safely, and I personally see undertaking as impatient behaviour and careless. Thoughts on that?
I actually, if I was a police officer, obviously I'm not. I wouldn't see it as a confidence thing with the driver. I look at it, and often it's people just being ignorant or uneducated. Like we're not taught how to drive on the motorway in our driving test, are we? In the Pass Plus, you are.
Yeah.
So actually, no one has really, unless you read the highway code, any knowledge when they pass their test of how to drive on the motorway.
You should have read the highway code.
Well,
when you
yeah,
to
well,
pass your license, so.
but
and it only takes a matter of time before you learn road etiquette.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
So ignorance is the correct word. Yeah.
Yeah, like today, driving up here, someone in the middle lane, flashed them, get on, went round them. He's just on his phone, which is on.
Oh
there.
yeah.
And
There's a
it's
certain
like, what-
person that
yeah.
takes up the middle lane. It is
Like, what
normally
are you
that
doing?
sort of kind
I'm sure there are some people. It's a
Yeah.
confidence thing, and they feel maybe safer in the middle lane. But so often, I think it's lack of education and ignorance.
But I think it's mainly a lot of the time just laziness.
Yeah.
Just full on.
They don't-
I own this road.
They don't
and
want
I'm
to go back into
precisely.
the inside lane and then back out again.
Even though the motorway, like when I rode down here, the motorway is dead clear, and there was an Audi A4 Avant just sitting in the middle lane.
Yeah.
It's just like yeah.
I'm sorry for this.
So I
That's
undertook.
why-
I undertook him.
Wow. You undertook him?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Perfectly legal.
at about 120.
Nice.
No,
No, that's a lie. That
That's a
car
lie.
doesn't do that.
Car doesn't go to 120.
Does it not? No, it does.
No, it does. It just starts tailing off.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's an electronic limiter or if it's actually
Just a
limited
bit
by
of shit.
power. It's an awesome car.
Bit of a shit car.
Drove down here, battery power. Just,
Did you?
Yeah, you just plug it in when I get home.
Oh, love it. Oh.
Yeah, kiss the rabbits, kiss the trees.
Kiss the rabbits, kiss the trees. Oh, that famous saying. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's an eco saying. You wouldn't understand.
Kiss the rabbits. Is it JLR bullshit saying?
I have no idea.
Bullshit
I made that up right
Is that
now.
on the wall in the lobby? It's good what he says about people in the middle lane, that I don't think you necessarily should punish him, but just like, come on, do better, don't do that.
Yeah. What about like a little love tap just on the rear 3/4?
What, from the police officer?
Yeah, just a little ram. Go on.
They could do that. Well, they do that in America now, can't they?
What,
Although
for
they
people
can.
hogging the middle lane?
No,
For
sorry.
anyone they fancy.
No, sorry, I've got. Isn't it?
Well, she's hot. Yeah, let's ram her.
Sorry, isn't it? Officers
Oi, oi.
in Britain can now hit mopeds. or
Mopeds,
something?
yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting
It's
really
been around
confused
for a wee
here.
while, I think.
Yeah.
It's because it was getting so bad, right? That
I
they
bet
had
when
to-
that law came in, the cops were like, yes, this is why I
We can
joined the
actually,
force.
yeah, we can actually do something now.
Speaking of police officers, I've actually received emails from 2 constabularies, and they've got in touch to say we're loving the podcasts and we'd like to get involved and spread the word because we are fans of what you guys do. So if we could
Officer
have,
Smale reporting for duty.
Oh Jesus!
you've just ruined it, man.
Oh.
No,
Sorry.
there's no officer.
No?
Officer smell. You just
PC
would,
smell.
you
No,
would
you've
change your
just
name.
ruined their donut
Sorry.
break. Okay. But yeah, I'd love to have some of you guys on and maybe just show behind the scenes of what you guys do on the force. That would be really cool. So watch this space. Anyway,
I want a MythBusters
Oh.
session with the police.
yeah.
That would be really good because we've all got these things that turn around your head. You're like, yeah, completely legit legal to do that.
Like what?
Turns out it probably won't.
Drug
be.
runs.
Drug run from Manchester
Crack.
to London.
Yeah. It's only legal if you
Selling-
hide the drugs in the wheels.
Selling crack from the back of my tinted car. This will go in, right? This won't
Shall
be
we
a
move
cuss.
on?
Yeah, let's move on to a game section. What's our game jingle, Ethan?
Guess the car price.
With Jack. Jack.
You guys cheated last time. I didn't like it.
Oh,
much.
shut
up.
I felt robbed.
Right, so just to give you guys
Sore loser.
a bit of synopsis, Jack has got 3 cars. He's going to give us a description of them. Are they all for sale at the moment? Or
They're
have
all,
they
they're, all,
sold?
they're all for sale.
They're all for sale at the moment, and then we have to guess the price of the car. The one who comes closest gets a kiss.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tons.
Do you want to see a picture of it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
What is
Mark
it?
1 silver MX-5.
Next.
No, because it's quite interesting.
All right.
So genuine low miles, drives great.
How low?
It is.
God, we're gonna need the details.
It's 47,000 miles.
Jesus.
Okay.
All right.
Oh wait.
Is that genuinely low on a Mark 1? I thought
No.
it'd be way lower than
Sorry.
that.
This was another car that I was looking at.
Oh.
This car actually has like 100k. It doesn't tell me exactly.
This is still the same Mark 1 MX-5.
So, yeah,
In that
okay.
picture.
So 100k.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100k miles. Perfect hood. Just declared Cat S. Slight bump and dent to the wing.
Yeah.
Have replaced the door.
Mm-hmm.
Not rotten.
Really?
Original standard factory alloys, interior, boot rack, electric windows, wooden gear knob, handbrake, MOTs. This is an early, genuine UK registered Mark 1. So getting scarce and an appreciating classic.
100k miles. It's been in a crash, so it's Cat S. No rot.
So rot.
Does it say? Does it say it's got MOT until X?
Next MOT is 2022.
All right.
1st of Jan.
Okay.
11th of Jan.
And does it look quite clean in the pics?
Let me get back onto it and I'll zoom in.
Is it just the one pick we have?
It's the one I have saved for you.
Okay.
All right. So it's got the daisy wheels as well. It looks like a completely standard car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cat S. Okay. I bought Phil.
Remind me,
in
what is
similar
Cat
condition.
S? What is Cat S?
Structural.
Is that structural?
Actually.
Oh, Cat N is the one that's not too bad.
Oh, so that one's been binned proper. So it could be a banana.
S is structural. I'm pretty sure S is
Okay,
structural.
yeah, no, because
Okay.
N is the good one. And
Yeah,
then S
yeah.
is
We
the bad
could just consult Google.
one.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to say that car is up for.
Sustained structural damage during a crash.
Okay,
Pass.
I'm going to say that car is up for 950 quid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go in for $1,500 max.
Okay,
1.5k.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heath?
Was yours 950?
950.
1150.
That's what I paid for Phil.
Oh,
Yeah.
1150.
Yeah.
No, none of you are close.
What? Shut up.
Really?
3,
No.
8, 90.
No.
For a car that's
For
been
a Cat
binned.
S.
It's on Auto Trader right now. Almost 4
Shit.
grand.
How long's it been on Auto Trader for?
I don't
As
know.
long as my
Doesn't
M4.
say, doesn't say.
No.
no, listen. I think your M4 was on there when Auto Trader was invented.
they had to make a new server for your car.
Good one, Ethan.
So nearly
I like
4
that.
grand for a Cat S written off Mark 1 MX-5 with no rust, but it has rust.
Yeah.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Oh, I have the miles here. Yeah, 109,000.
Come
I mean,
on.
that's lower than average, granted, but you're never going to sell that car.
Could this be a
Yeah.
typo? It could. I don't think it is. It's with a
You
dealer.
reckon he
like-
put the
Oh,
comma
with a
in the wrong
dealer.
place?
With a dealer, yeah, then they're really trying to screw people over. You're never going to sell that car for that.
Even if it doesn't have rot, it is not. It's been crashed.
Yeah.
It cannot be worth that.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Unless, did he go into the crash bit? Like, oh, chassis straight, had it checked up by X, Y,
Well,
Z?
no, he said he replaced the doors and the wing.
It doesn't matter though. Once it's had that kind of
It's the label.
name
isn't
on it, yeah, it's
Yeah,
tarnished.
exactly.
You'll never be able to sell that. Like that is literally worth no more than £1,000.
I'll tell you what though, Auto Trader for MX-5s. I got another Mark 1 here for with 123,000 miles on it, 4.5 grand. One with 40,000 miles on it, 5 grand.
40,000.
Yeah.
I mean, 40,000.
That makes sense.
5k.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
A 91 with 91,000 miles on it, 3.8.
Jesus.
Bloody hell.
What's happening?
So my valuation of Phil at
Oh, God, here we go.
75. That's actually spot on.
This is what I was hoping for. No, you need to up it.
Yeah.
The shell alone's worth 70.
Oh, cheers, man.
And that's where its soul is.
Right, what's the next car, Jack?
Okay, next car we have.
Who won that? Oh, Gareth won technically.
Yeah. We all lost that.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
Skyline,
cool.
GTR,
Very cool.
GTR.
Yeah,
R34.
R30. All right. Come
Wow,
on.
look at you nailing it.
JDM
You know too
fanboy.
much.
All right, let me give you some
I
dates.
filmed the car, so I know what it is.
Yeah, fair. Quite boring to drive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don't like
I was just like, so overhyped.
it. That must be a car that you have in your head before going in to drive it. That this is going to be so
it's
good.
going to blow your socks off and stuff, and you put your foot down. It's just like, oh.
Like an E30 M3. You also.
Oh, yeah. It's also
that's always
dull.
bound to
And the
be a bit-
E36 M3 was also lifeless.
Like you didn't buy one.
Yeah.
Right, so this is Rare unmolested example. Standard factory spec.
Mm-hmm.
Still featuring standard air intake. Has recently undergone full health check with 4K spent, new cam belt water pump.
Okay, so it's more than 4K. We know that already. Yeah.
New Michelin Pilot Super Sport tyres all round, vented discs and brakes, ceramic coated, V-spec front splitter, V-spec carbon rear diffuser, bucket seats. Underside is clean and has never been undersealed. No rust at all. Electronic folding wing mirrors, Xenon headlights, GTR multifunctional display, 320 kilometers per hour Nismo speedometer, four-wheel drive.
Is this with Talk? What are they called? What were they called?
Foresight Classics.
No. The place in Devon. Talk
GT.
Talk GT. Is that with Talk GT?
It isn't. I don't believe it is.
Oh god, an R34. Jesus, I don't even know what they go for standard, let alone with all these nice little bits.
Gareth, do you want to go first?
Oh.
Yeah, I equally have no idea because
And then we can just put like a pound on top.
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly,
literally no interest in that car. I'm gonna say 26k.
26.
If you go a pound more and I'll go a pound less, and then
You won't go for a pound less. You'll screw me over.
You'd be an idiot.
So you say 26-ish. I'm going to go...
Yeah, go for it.
No
idea.
60.
60.
Really? You reckon?
Yeah.
I'm going to say
60
the 36. That was what I had, sort of.
Oh, God.
Can't break it to
nervous.
us gently.
You ready? You're all wrong.
Is it 100 and something?
It's 149. 995.
What?
What?
Why?
Almost 150k.
Why?
Jesus.
You were so far off, Gareth.
Yeah, Gareth.
I don't get it.
You thought it's the same value as your shitty M4.
Actually, it's cheaper than my M4. I don't.
Right.
Wow.
That's
But I mean, that is a
mad.
proper collector's item, to
Yeah.
be fair. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, sorry. We should probably know a little bit better.
I mean, I haven't got a clue.
No.
So
Hey, you
I
can
don't
pick
know.
up a Ferrari for that. Pretty sweet one.
Yeah,
Surely.
but everyone's got Ferrari.
You could get a Taycan Turbo S for that.
You could. Yeah.
Oh,
Smart money would be on that, though, the R34.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1-1. I got one, you got one. Ethan, you've got to get one. What's the next
Do a
card?
third
You might get this one. You can guess first in this
yeah,
one.
it's my turn. Yeah.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
For
Hit me.
sale, I have my BMW M4. It's one of my most prized possessions. The car itself is immaculate inside and out. And I would have kept it.
Lies.
Do you want me to carry on or do you want to guess
No,
the
I'm
price?
good. I think I can guess.
All right, Gareth, do you want to go first?
No, let Ethan go first.
Oh crap! 28,500.
Whoa, close.
I can't remember.
My guess is overpriced.
That's not a number.
You win.
Hey!
Very good, Jack. Very good.
What was that for? 28,950?
80.
Or nearest offer.
25k. Someone just give him
That's not
25k.
the nearest
put him out of his
offer.
misery.
That's far away from what I
It's free
want.
advertising. You're
yeah,
welcome.
yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have a talking subject.
You are the talking subject.
You're welcome. Here we go then.
Well done, Jack.
Very good, Jack.
Yeah.
Very good, Jack.
Let's just call it a draw, shall we?
Yeah.
Except for Gareth,
We-
because he really lost that one, didn't he? We're now going to discuss cars that have been tainted. Oh, hello.
No, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, didn't
Yeah, so a while ago, so PCS was telling us about a police chase and how they were chasing, I think, a Golf R or something like that, and gave the car back to the owner. And then I said, would you want that car back after it had been tainted? And Jack, you chimed in a little bit with your Golf.
Yeah, I'd say no.
You had an accident, you didn't want it back because it's been tainted. So we've had a couple of people writing in about the experiences that they've had with their cars when they've been tainted. Heath, do you want to read out the first one? Then I'll go through the second one
Yeah.
quickly.
Hi, Alex, Ethan, Jack, and Gareth. I hope you're all well, chaps. I wanted to write.
Sorry, I hate people who call me chap. It's just no. Don't chap someone. It's just so shit. It's such a shit thing to do, isn't it?
Why?
It's so middle class.
I had an old manager who would dial in late to meetings and go, all right, chaps, sorry I'm a bit late.
Sorry.
Actually, I don't mind, chaps.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's my grinds
It
my
leaves a
gears.
tainted
That's
taste in
number
my
3.
mouth.
I wanted to write in following PCS's story in your podcast on in March.
It's like, did you have a good weekend, chap? It's like, shut up.
still on it?
Shut
Oh
up.
man.
No.
Oh, go on, no.
It's like, no.
Let it out.
I didn't have a good, I had a good weekend until he called me chap. All right?
Are you okay? Did you get enough sleep? You seem real aggy today.
Chap.
Chap.
Have you been fed and watered today?
No. What?
Do you want some apple juice?
I don't want anything from you, chap.
All right, pal.
And you know the one thing, like we have a mutual friend, Alex Robbins, who worked for the Telegraph and stuff. Really, really amazing automotive journalist. He calls everyone chap. He's like literally the only person I accept calling me chap. But everyone else just like no.
He can pull it off.
He can't pull it off
Yeah.
because he wears tweed and he used to have like an old 6 Series and stuff.
Well, let's say this guy can pull it off. Let him have it.
Who is he? Tom.
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 Well done, Tom.
Well done, Tom chap.
Good old chap.
Anyway, he's writing in following PCS's story and the subsequent question about returning stolen cars to their rightful owner and would they ever feel the same again. My story doesn't involve a stolen car as such, as it wasn't actually stolen. However, it very nearly ended in my wife and I having our cars and two This is why you got me to say it, isn't it? Is this what's been happening? For crying out loud.
Come on.
However, it very nearly ended in my wife
Yeah.
and I having our cars and 2 motorbikes stolen, whilst we could do absolutely nothing about it, being 300 miles away in another country. In October 2019, my wife and I went on
Say it properly.
In October 2019, my wife and I went on holiday for a weekend with my mother-in-law tasked with looking after our house. One morning, she called us to let us know we'd been burgled overnight. Ouch. As it turned out, thankfully, the burglars had not trashed our home. Are you joking me right now?
No, literally, it's. I know you've seen my wife again, but this is literally how the email has come.
I hadn't seen that. I just seen you bolded it.
I bolded it.
Brilliant.
It's so you can emphasize my wife. Come on.
However,
It appeared to be a targeted attack. There's amongst some very...
amongst.
Amongst... I can't say that
You can't
word.
say
I
amongst.
can't.
Amongst. Yeah.
That's,
How do you say amongst, Jack?
Amongst.
Yeah, there you go. Not amongst.
No, why'd I say like
I
that?
don't know, because you're not an idiot.
I don't know why. However, it appeared to be a targeted attack, as amongst some very sentimental jewellery items taken, they also located the keys to my car, a BMW M2.
You've missed out a word.
To
to
mine
both
and
mine and my wife's car, an M2 and a Mazda 3 respectively, as well as the keys to both of our motorbikes, a Honda Fireblade, which I purchased brand new 2 months before, and a 2011 Yamaha YBR 125 my wife bought only 4 months before. However, they didn't steal any of the vehicles, only the keys. I understand that thieves will steal the keys to order and sell them to their scumbag accomplices for a nominal price, with the accomplice then coming back to collect, in speech marks, the vehicle a short time after. Luckily, the burglar wasn't able to find the spare keys, so both cars and bikes were moved as soon as possible to a secure location on the morning the break-in was discovered. When we got home a few days later, neither my wife or I... What is happening?
It's the email, man.
You've just put all these in. He does have a wife, doesn't he?
he's got a wife.
He's not married. When we got home a few days later, neither my wife or I wanted to drive our cars or ride our bikes. And from a personal viewpoint, I suddenly went from loving my M2 to not being able to stand the sight of it, as it felt like severely tainted goods. I hate you, Gareth. I hate you so much. I rang around the various manufacturer service centres in order to get replacement keys, get the key barrels changed for all the vehicles, and get the central locking reprogrammed on the cars so the stolen keys would no longer work. The total came in at over $2.5 grand, which, as you can imagine, felt like a good kick in the nutsack considering we had just been burgled. Despite doing this, we still both resented our cars, so we sold them both shortly after. I bought myself a Mark 7.5? 7? Is that
Yeah.
7.5?
7.5, yeah.
Mark 7.5 Golf R, whilst my wife bought herself a Nissan Leaf. As we had both only bought our respective bikes a few months before, all this week Before all this, we didn't sell them, but locked them up as securely as we could and didn't ride them until the storm had blown over. Even though our cars or bikes weren't stolen, our personal view was that they simply weren't the same anymore. Keep up the good work, guys. Love listening to the podcast whilst working from home. All the best, Tom.
And my wife. I'll quickly go into another story from Martin. It's kind of on the same subject. Martin says, "Hi guys, following what you were saying the other week regarding cars being stolen, I have a similar experience. A few years back, I had a stag party up in Nottingham. I parked the car in a multi-storey car park and went off to paint the town red. The following morning, I came to see that my wing mirror was smashed and all my CDs from my glove box were littered on the driver's seat. I knew exactly what had happened. My car had been broken into. I put two and two together and figured they must have got into the car through the passenger door. And I tested when I got home that if the door isn't fully shut, the interior light stays on and the lock does not apply. This meant that my passenger didn't fully shut the door, and as a result, my car must have been lit up like a Christmas tree in the dark Nottingham car park. Ever since that moment, the car felt dirty, like it wasn't mine. It wasn't taken for a joyride, and might not even have been sat in, but the same sentiment was there that you described for cars that had been taken on police chases. Curious what you think, and if how you'd feel would be different. What the f***?
And how you'd feel if this scenario happened to you?
No, and if how.
Curious what you guys would think and how you would feel if this scenario had happened to you. Thanks for all the hard, entertaining work, Martin. Okay, so we've got two stories, quite different, but the cars just don't feel the same. Personally speaking, if I think someone had broken in to Phil, I don't know, nick some stuff, I don't know. I don't know. Gone for a joyride definitely wouldn't have been the same. Probably might think about selling Phil.
What?
Actually?
Wow.
Do you not
I don't
love
know.
Phil?
I love Phil. I love Phil.
Your
but
spirit
it's just
animal.
My spirit animal. But like, it's been taken for a joyride, and I'm like, Phil, why'd you let this happen to you?
You've got to look after and nurture your spirit animal.
Phil,
You don't
we
just
need
dump
to
it at
look
the side
after
of
each
the
other.
road.
But that's why I'll never let Phil get nicked. He said it now, hasn't he? But my new house has got a little garage, so he's going to be in there. And it's always got a massive steering lock and the battery's disconnected.
What a
and,
waste
and,
of a garage.
Probably doesn't start anymore.
No, the battery's been disconnected, so you just need to fire it up and then that
Sure.
Porsche-derived V6 comes into life.
So all you need is an angle grinder and a new battery, and Phil can be yours.
Yeah, 75
And then you
grand.
can pick up cheap on eBay.
Yeah.
Which
What about
is
you
horrible.
guys?
Giving them tips. That's horrible.
What about you guys?
I had my Fiesta broken in. Well, I don't know if it was broken into or I just left it unlocked, but they nicked my girlfriend's handbag that was in there.
Do you mean your handbag?
No. And that they nicked a fishing rod I had in there.
Those
and
bastards.
and some old joggers, weirdly enough. That was well
Oh.
weird. They were Adidas and they were gold though, so
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sick.
They smell good.
And that did feel, it felt dirty in there. It felt a bit grubby in there after. Do you know what I mean? Like someone's been in there and it's not nice. But after a while, I
your scent
learned to
back
let
in.
it go. Yeah. But with this, I can completely understand if you've almost had if the keys are out there floating around in the world
Yeah,
as well
that's
for
really
your
bad,
I wouldn't want to. I would want to get rid of it. Yeah.
What about you, Ethan?
Oh, do you remember when I had Miles and the locks weren't working properly? I remember going out to him, door was open.
Like fully open?
Fully open.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, okay. Got in there, glove box was open,
Ah.
and it stank of weed.
Yeah.
Oh,
was that someone just jumped in there and hotboxed?
Yeah.
That's
Just-
wicked.
We just got in and had a sip.
I mean, that's illegal. Not allowed to do that. All right, boys.
Please, yes.
Interesting.
But I think because I didn't own Miles, I got over it.
Yeah.
But
What about-
it was weird. Like someone's been in here.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not right, is it?
Don't
Yeah.
get out.
What
This
about
is Miles?
someone tampering with the underneath of your baby?
The jazz.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's a good point.
What did that feel like?
Well, I got over that because it got sorted pretty quickly.
Oh, so
You're
maybe it
too
doesn't.
busy worried about how much it's going to cost to replace.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was like $500,000, wasn't it?
something like that.
That sounds like more when you say £500,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Half
That's
a
a lot
grand,
of
yeah.
steak I could have
It's
got
like
with that.
Yeah.
it's a 20th of £10,000.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
don't say that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
20th isn't a lot. It's a big number.
That's like a deposit on a house in Birmingham. Right? Anyway, the moral of the story is lock your cars, hide your keys in Faraday boxes, don't go on holiday,
Work from home.
Yeah, don't own cars, don't own
Yeah.
motorbikes.
Yeah. Don't have anything.
Don't have
of
nice
value.
things that
Don't have
other
nice
people
things.
want.
Yeah. Life's too boring to have nice things.
Yeah.
Life's too risky to have nice things.
Just stay at home. Everyone stay at home.
It's a really nice sentiment.
We just need a lockdown or something. All right. We just all need to stay at home. All right.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to end this podcast?
What sour.
It's the only way to end the podcast.
Yeah. All right.
Stay home. Lockdown. Don't buy anything luxury.
Lockdown's ending soon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cigar. Buy yourself a new Fireblade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get
All
that
right.
stolen. Yeah.
Anyway, that now concludes the Car Throttle podcast. I hope you've enjoyed listening to other people's stories and us ranting on, mainly me ranting on. Hopefully, it will inspire you to email us your tales, unpopular opinions, and anything you want to get off your chest. Let us know by emailing carstories@carthrottle.com. As for us, you can find me on Instagram at Gym with Alex. It's my gym page.
JIM. WIV. Alex.
GYM. Gym with Alex.
GIM.
Jim,
Yeah.
Jim and Alex. Or for cars, like real nice cars, like ups
Are you
and
doing
stuff.
both of them?
Yeah,
Wow.
Auto Alex. I've got to go big, man. Like, I'm not getting any younger.
No.
I'll
clearly.
just show you. I'll let you have that one. I'm at Jack W. Joy.
Cut that, Ali. Cut that.
I'm at Gareth R. Potter.
And I'm at Ethan Smale. And you can follow Car Throttle at Car Throttle in all the usual places. Check out TikTok
Oi.
at Car Throttle _official.
Haven't we had TikTok?
Yeah, but we're actually promoting it again.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
quite
yeah.
good.
We
We're taking
actually
it
have
seriously now.
Yeah,
Gareth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, before we go, we apparently don't have a joke from Jack. Why is
You
that,
gotta
Jack?
cut this, Ali.
Why?
Cut this.
Why do we not have a joke?
If I just keep saying cut this, Ali, then it sort of ruins
I
it.
want a
doesn't it?
joke.
Cut
Just
it.
anything.
Jack doesn't have a
anything.
joke for
I don't
us
have a
anyway.
joke.
That's,
Cut it.
that's a really
Cut.
sad way.
Can we end with something nice,
Cut
like
it.
feel good?
Cut
Got
it.
any like feel
Cut
good news or
Yeah.
something?
Cut it.
We're going out of lockdown soon.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah.
Means we can hug and kiss again.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
looking
true.
forward to that, Ethan.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hope everyone has a
I was
good
saying,
week.
I was saying cut that, but underneath that. While you were
I know. It's going to be in the podcast.
Yeah.
That is actually remaining. So next week, hopefully, Jack will have a nice joke for us so we can end on a nice high. But this
Do
week,
some work.
everyone's just depressed. All right?
Just do a clean outro, please.
I want a joke. I wanted a joke.
I don't have any jokes for you.
Make it up.
Make up
No.
a joke.
Make up a
yeah.
Oh,
Go
go on.
Go on, boy.
Um,
Go on, boy. Go on. Oh, look, he's thinking. Look, we reeled him in.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm not. No, if you're gonna
Go on,
say
go on,
that, you ruined it. Then. You had me on the hook, and now I've wriggled free. So that's what I'm doing.
All right, then. There we go. We've ended on a laugh. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can't believe you didn't have a joke.